Well, good evening. Welcome to Grover Hill Zion United Methodist Church. Thursday evening devotions from around the kitchen table. This evening I want to talk to you a little bit about adversity. We haven't talked about adversity much. Well, we do talk about adversity a little, but just for this little short theme tonight, I want to talk about it because it comes up with everything happening out in society and around the world, inflation, and people are hurting financially and in other ways. It just seems like that's the right thing to do, and how we can get through this adversity. Isaiah chapter 30 verse 20 reads that though the Lord gave you adversity for food and suffering for drink, He will still be with you to teach you. Now, everyone experiences adversity. Everyone. No one is exempt from it. Trouble shows up daily, and it comes in different shapes and sizes. It includes hardships and difficulties and misery and calamity and outright failure. And it can masquerade as a small setback or a medium-sized obstacle or a very heavy burden caused by a significant misfortune of one form or another. Isaiah chapter 30 verse 20 reflects on God's purpose for adversity. One, adversity teaches us, and it's hard to believe, but it does. Our inclinations when in adverse situations are to complain about the situation, to blame others for the difficulty, or get angry at our inability to control the situation. Sometimes we act as though nothing happened and deny that adversity exists. Or we just give up, become discouraged, and run from the problem. Even so, we fail initially to understand that adversity can teach us some precious lessons for navigating life. And again, Isaiah chapter 30 verse 20 tells us that God uses adversity to teach us how to live His way. Each step we take through a trial or a difficulty according to His purpose and will helps us to grow and to mature in Him. Doesn't matter how old we are, it still helps us to continue to grow in Him. We learn to depend on Him for everything, and then we begin to understand that adverse situations are really blessings in disguise, if you can believe that increase our faith and develop our courage and determination and godly character. It kind of is like that old saying that when God closes one door, He opens another door up. That's what happens when adversity comes our way. There's an old axiom that says, and this too shall pass. Sometimes when we're going through some adverse situations, we want them over with, but they will pass. Even though harsh conditions are painful, we can remain confident and optimistic that God is always in control of us as well as the situation. We learn that what matters is not the events or the difficult people we endure during troubled times. It is the things that we learn from God as we suffer that have life-changing and eternal impact for us. So when you're going through adverse things, remember you're called to greatness, and you will have failure. No ifs, ands, buts about it. You'll have obstacles and rejections and disappointments. hindrances and difficulty and refusal, and you'll be told no. But don't let anything stop you from becoming the great man or woman or the great person of God that you are destined to become. You know that you're called to do a great thing in this life. You see it when you're thinking about your future. You see visions of you doing great things. You dream about them. That's what your calling is. It's you becoming what you see in those visions. You know, there are different kinds of adversity as well. And I'll just share some of those with you. Emotional adversity is a rejection or trouble processing emotions. Mental adversity is learning disabilities or issues with memory. Physical adversities are things like illnesses or disability or injury. Social adversity is something like trouble making friends or dealing with bullies. And financial adversity is a poverty, loss of a job, trouble in a career, and so forth. And of course, when we have to face those difficult times, we fall upon Jesus. For me, when I have to deal with difficult times, I fall upon the scriptures and music. Those are things that bring me into the presence of God, and the things of this earth no longer seem very important. So let me just share with you some of the scriptures, and I won't drag this out, but just a couple of them. Paul writes in Romans chapter 2, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed with the renewing of your mind. And then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. And then Jesus tells us in the 16th chapter of John, he was talking to his disciples, and he said, a time is coming, in fact has come, when you will all be scattered, each to your own home. You will all leave me all alone. Yet I am not alone, for my Father is with me. I have told you these things so that you, in me, you may have peace, because in this world you will have trouble. Guaranteed you'll have trouble. But take heart, I have overcome the world. And just a few lines of the song that also, there are many songs out there that help bring us peace. But this song is called He Is Our Peace. And you may be familiar with some of the words. It says, He is our peace who has broken down every wall. He is our peace. He is our peace. Cast all your cares on Him, for He cares for you. He is our peace. He is our peace. And then lastly, Paul writes in Colossians chapter 3, set your mind on things above, not on earthly things. For you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. Focus on those things, on godly things and not earthly things, and you'll have peace in the midst of the storm. Well, have a great and blessed week.